Hey people, CzarThwomp here and welcome to episode 39 of Ace Attorney Investigations. Last time, we basically discovered that Larry was trying to sneak into that chimney to stalk a girl, who was basically the girl that Oldbag substituted in for, and my size are acting up. Better. And so, we proved Larry was innocent of basically why he was sneaking through the chimney, but Lang is now going on the offense about the weapon. So, now we're talking about that. Now I simply want you to take a look at this section here. The way it's bent. Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit against a wall in the MC earlier. As you can clearly see, the inside of the samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow, let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet there's not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that?
Aye!
Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. Well, I wish they make them out of the bear stuff because the spear got bent. I was able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show. The Steel Samurai's special move was changed tonight because of him? No! That's more than enough of your whiny whimpering. Now, back to the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se, so all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks in place of real logic is hardly the Von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Miss Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 4-year win streak will ever be broken. But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place.
Objection!
What a foolishly foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of the prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory. That may be your opinion, however, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk towards the truth. You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed the Mask 2 without bending it. So, what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need? Of course, what I need is evidence even Agent Lang can't refuse. That is, it's time to bring this to a close. Why, Larry? It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy, top to bottom, but the victim's body is only on that weapon. So isn't it only natural that suspicion would fall onto the owner of said weapon? Well, I don't know what's up with me today. I cannot voice to save my life. How long do you intend to cling onto that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we left unturned. And we have managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. That's the only place inside this embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword. You left no stone unturned? Is that a fact? If you've got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you. Why, Larry, part 2. But notice that little red splotch. What? It is on this one! Oh no, that's not the victim. I'd like you to take a look at this. You see that there's a very big flaw in your logic. Flaw? Are you sure it's not your eyes that are flawed? Talking again when you can see straight. Maybe this wasn't the place that I was looking for after all. The piece I was looking for. May I inquire as to how you are able to make such a claim, Mission Lang? Lang Z says, capable of miracles beyond comprehension. A mysterious creature is man. Rather than man, it's Agent Lang's quote tagging incredibly incomprehensible. The human body is a mysterious thing. Even with a toy-like sword, it's easy to kill a man if you hit just the right spot. Which is why I think it's possible to kill with this thing without leaving a dent.
Hold it.
But we can only be sure one way or another by seeing if the wound matches the sword. I know that. As long as it's a possibility, I can proclaim it as much as I'd like.
Hold it.
But you said you know that but you must know that your conclusion is wrong. Given the circumstances I'm in, the only people I can trust are my subordinates. Because they're a much more trustworthy bunch than you prosecutors will ever be. And you call yourself a professional? You still don't see it, do you, Mr. Prosecutor? You have to earn my trust. And the only way to do that is to show me proof of another possible murder weapon. Another possible weapon. In this room, where there's only one thing left. This is going to be a gamble, but I can't withdraw from the game now. You're not going to get me to trust you by the power of your glare alone, are you now? Plus, I have other reasons as why I think the samurai sword is the murder weapon.
Hold it.
The only place where you could find blood was on the samurai sword. That's right, even with luminol. Which means that there are no other possibilities outside of what I've already outlined. Do I have a problem with Agent Lang's assertion that the samurai sword is the weapon? Let's raise an objection. If you believe that there is no other door or possibility left to open, then allow me to force one open for you. And how do you plan to do that? Oh, I forgot to put my timer on. By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon? I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this embassy, and they have concluded that nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis? Of course, because it's not possible that your men expected everything in their investigation. What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games, and I don't appreciate when people like you slander my men. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely that there is something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. And that item is the real murder weapon. Alright then, I'll play along for now. The real murder weapon that killed Master Demes 2? What exactly is it? Okay.
Take that.
This is the weapon you were looking for? Lang Z says one should always perform one's job in the proper manner. And I can't see how it's proper to show me having so devoid of potential revelation. Ah, was that a mistake? Huh. Now then, Mr. Prosecutor, I'm going to give you one more chance. But only one more, you got that? Because that's all the playtime I've got. I should remain calm and think this carefully. The real weapon that killed Allebahst 2 is going to be this thing. I just know it.
Take that.
Okay. I failed that. Ah!
Take that.
Alright! I was getting confused with the knives. Because basically we're doing two murders here. The national treasure of Allebahst. You mean the Primiduc statue? Yes, as you know, only the ambassador and his secretariat may touch it. Which I believe means that neither you nor your men were able to examine it, correct? Ah, ha ha ha! You know very well that if we did that, there'd be an international incident between the Kingdom of Allebahst and the Republic of Babil. The two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance over a stupid fight related to a sovereignty statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined. Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this. The direction the statue is facing just before and after the crime scene are different. And there's only one conclusion I could draw from that. Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Shifu, you can't listen to the infidel's words! He is most definitely trying to trick you! Shifu, please, let's be rational about this! Langzy says, just go already. Yes, sir! Shifu! Yeah? I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Primiduc statue. I see. Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I will go speak with the ambassador personally. Save your breath. He may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough cookie. But I guess you gotta be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know. Especially when a country that hates the Borginians so much. Agent Lang, what do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. But Chifu, what about causing an international incident? Quiet. I'll take the fall if I have to later. Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone is to take responsibility, then let me do it. Responsibility? If we're going to take such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then, let's talk and more investigating. If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Actions must be taken. Agent Lang, I'd like you to run a chemoluminescence test on the statue. A luminol test? Ah, good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victim's blood should be on it. Okay, let's get the forensics team in here. Looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. I guess this means that this is the real weapon that killed Master Damask 2. Indeed. But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. This doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill Damask 2, so the charge remains. We are hardly done examining this statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that this is the real weapon, I believe further examination is required. Ha, you think so? Okay then, knock yourself out. Looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh monster from an angle. And what do we have here? This dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint. Ha ha ha! What definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? Looks like we've got some fingerprints to analyze. Worst case scenario, these prints belong to Larry. It looks like it's too late for me to do anything about that now. Hey, forensic guy, I want results in these fingerprints ASAP. You hear me? Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir. Good, and... Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue. Well, you know the victim of the murder in the Bobbly's embassy? The prints belong to him, to Mr. Manny Cochran, sir. But that's... What's going on around here? No, that's impossible! Each Primiduc statue can only be handled by someone of that country. And by the very fact that Mr. Cochran's fingerprints are on this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. This statue is actually Bobby's Primiduc statue. Impossible, it can't be! Aye! Larry never once set foot on Bobby's soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling operation was killed with an Allebahstian knife in Babil. And Damask 2 was killed on Allebahstian soil with Babil's national treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yargarasu, who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I had yet to see the big picture they were to form. To be continued. No, we're not saving as we move on to the next section of the case. March 14th, 9:21 p.m., open air stage. I left the Damask 2 investigation Francisca and returned to Babil. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babil's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! So, Gary, what's the situation? Oh, it's great! Investigating is so much fun! In other words, they've made absolutely no progress.
What we want going on, honestly? We've been investigating our hearts out!
Very well then, would you care to give me an update on your investigation?
We've had a really fun time, Zoe!
I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe,
Yes, sir.
you are permission to enter the Allebahst embassy. Is that correct?
Yup! As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigation on both sides, sir.
Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. They belong to the lady under the pink princess's mask.
The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing Lisa, eh?
The kind that was also playing the role of the pink badger yesterday.
Ew! Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll mow them somewhere.
He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. Now we'll burn it in holy fire and forget it ever existed.
What? Are you really gonna throw that autograph away?
Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Steel Samurai's autograph punched up into a ball and disposed of.
Wait, what? What do you mean by a fake?
Now that I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Yes, we still need 2 statues. Now, get ready for the next step ladder versus ladder joke. A ladder.
Actually, that's a step ladder.
Yes, you know that. Yes, we learned that Edgeworth is Mark's team ladder and that Kay is team step ladder. They're the exact same thing.
No way! From the structure, they're totally different. But of course, my beast detective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder. A step ladder is too heavy to carry around after all.
And from a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty of being dangerous during an earthquake. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they're for renovation.
Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here. Or any other treasure for that matter.
Okay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat.
Hey, Miss Edgeworth, that was a pretty good play on words there.
Gummy, don't randomly jump into our dialogues like that.
Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe?
Yes. No, it's not like that, Zoe. I'm just very lonely.
It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated.
You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the Great Thief Show.
I should think I would be more a bad idea for a thief to show their face of the world.
Hey, you're not going back to Allebahst, are you?
No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information first.
Mr. Edgeworth!
You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective.
Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, Zoe.
So, what did you find out?
Well.
I think he has found nothing of any particular use as usual. Ink, 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 ink. What do you notice about this piece of evidence, Detective?
I don't really sense anything special about it, but the embassy is a different story.
I see.
I'm not really sensing anything special from you either, Sight.
Gumshoe! Well, I'm taking a special look at your monthly salary, Detective.
Hey, Miss Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from my Ambassador Poliano.
Oh, and was this something interesting?
This toy?
Wow, it's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's some real treasure there.
It's the souls of undead children.
Why does the flame burn green, Detective?
Because it is burned on that hatred of Virginia.
So apparently if you burn the special weird crystal oil that they only make in Babille, it burns this green color, Toy.
Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose it's a ploy to force people to visit Babille should the oil run out.
Hey, Gummy, what about these silhouettes?
They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lenses to protect the images.
Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation!
Hey, what's wrong, Zoe?
There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much?
Uh-huh. You got it, Zoe.
Hey, that's not fair! Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff?
Well, that's because I'm Miss Edgeworth's partner.
I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and saw my role as assistant!
I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Don't make me turn this car around! I will turn this investigation around and we will go home!
Ah, so you're back now, are you, Miss Edgeworth? I knew you couldn't resist the throw of a beer and not able to give you propaganda. You must be tired. Here, with this you can eat whatever you like.
And these are...
Coupons! This sounds like it's for a cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning.
I appreciate the concern, however, these coupons do nothing for me right now. The open air stage, what function does it serve exactly?
Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract the extra attention to a barbier. I had the night over in the Allebahst Rose Garden. Ambassador Arbor to give a speech. It was a crap speech, but it was a speech. And you know what? Manny told me I really should give a speech too. I have all my hate comments against Bulgaria.
Mr. Cochrane told you that?
Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to.
Because of the fire the Autograssu started.
Exactly.
Ambassador Pariano, I'd like to ask you a little more about the primitive statues.
Oh, I see. Let me ask you this. You do know that Allebahst and Barbier used to be one country called Cordovia?
Yes, I know that much about your history.
Well, the primitive statues belong to the founders of Cordovia. At least that's how the story goes. It is bequeathed unto the king of Cordovia as a symbol of the country's wealth.
So it's meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it.
Yes, that's right, which is why both countries are adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose.
But if Allebahst and Barbier were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue?
I have no reason to believe so. The premise of the statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy.
I wonder if Ambassador Pariano knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Sorry. Ambassador Pariano, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about.
Yes, and don't worry, you can ask me more than just one thing, how about two or three? The exchange I expect will be coming to Barbier, yes? You will bend to our economy, and you will throw things at Bulgaria!
Thank you, but just the one thing is all I require. Mary Cochrane, I'd like to ask you about this man who is your secretary.
So, sure, I'll tell you what you want to know.
Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador.
He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there was ever anything I needed as ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose it was because he was an able man. I was unable to detect his dirty dealings.
Sounds like Mr. Cochrane may have had a very sharp mind.
Recently, Manny has been very busy. Since I began the Barbalisa representative at the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me.
I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council?
Oh, well, you see, half the night's events proceed without a hitch. Our two countries want to reunify and become one again. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon.
I suppose not. Prima duck statue, prima duck statue, prima duck statue, prima duck. Ambassador Pariano, if you could please take a look at this for me. The prima duck statue thing in Allebahst right now actually belongs to Barbier.
So it will appear. I received a call from Miss Von Kanma about this earlier.
Then you understand why I wish to inspect Barbier's prima duck statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession.
Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. And it definitely is Allebahst statue for sure. I know because it's the real statue.
Then you're saying that Barbier's was a replica?
Yeah, I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I know that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Barbier. And I was to negotiate with Ambassador Arbor at the event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. So that we could not determine which statue was the real one.
Why are you telling me this?
Well, because you're already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. If Barbier were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right?
If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either.
I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the reason why a wolf would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Hey, where are you going? Are you getting back to Allebahst?
Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened.
Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries and an object from the other countries.
That's the gist of it. Mobile is just as strict as Allebahst in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country, meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries.
You mean the fake Yagarasu?
In one way or another, the Yagarasu is connected. Of this, I am sure. Now then, where was the Yagarasu first spotted?
I believe it was the rose garden at the Allebahst side of the embassy. The garden is generally outside this boundary. It is where Ambassador Albert was to give a speech tonight. At least, that is what I heard the Yagarasu had appeared.
In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the rose garden post-haste.
Wait, before you do, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth.
What? What is it?
I guess that's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use?
There's little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything that could get wet from around here.
I was thinking, they have constantly that is open at HDC from time to time, right?
Alright, I'll find its owner later.
Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this?
What is this?
It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind in that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be used to track her down. So I kept it safe all this time.
Thank you, I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. Yes, we'll go. Go to the theater. I think I'll be returning to the investigation at Allebahst now, but...
I know. I'll go back to Mobile and do some more investigating there.
March 14th, 9:58 p.m., Rose Garden. I see you're back, Miles. Oh, good. Why did I have to question mark Francisca? How are things in Mobile? Although I can't really say I expect much from... Although I can't say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. The investigation into Manny Cochran's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation of the Yagarasu has. Ah, yes, the Yagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will. Preposterous. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yagarasu. That's correct. Ambassador Albert was to give a speech tonight here in Allebahst. And that's when the Yagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared suddenly, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, it was the fire at the Bobbly's embassy that the Yagarasu started. I found that not a single feather from that Yagarasu shall escape my diligence. Let's investigate. Ah, I almost dropped my controller. Spotlight. These are some beautiful roses here. They appear to be well maintained. You're being too nice, Miles Edgeworth. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they are grouped by color or one color per location. What are you, Francisca, the Animal Crossing perfect town police? They lose their beauty when they're all mixed together like this. I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not. On second thought, this a rather serious look on her face. I'd rather leave it be. They should really rethink the proper balance of these roses. All people to comment on the proper balance of things. There's an overturned spotlight here. When the Yagarasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start suddenly panicked. I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over. I'm having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here. I thought to use my whip to capture the Yagarasu. However, there were people in my way, and I was unable to land even a single lash. I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead. The statue bears a resemblance to the Primadux statue. The physique says King Primadux and the battlefield. In order to save the Queen, King Primadux put his life on the line and went to war. So Primadux was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Well, what surprises me is that the real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed.
I suppose there's that too.
There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics, the pool's water is also used for putting out fires.
I see.
Oh! The pool stopped filling itself automatically. The fine spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If the water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level. Which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it, just in case. Just Larry, like Creature from the Black Lagoon. No! This is Edgeworth's horror movie. You know how in Clock Tower, Bobby Barrows, he just pops out of that bathtub, and you hear the music like that, woo, 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 and he has his scissors. That's Larry at this moment. How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there.
Your gratitude alone is enough.
More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that. You really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun? Yes. Alright then, did you by chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. You know. So, you know my son, right, Edgy? Your son? Good lord. The thought of you procreating, Larry. What woman would want to procreate with you? Are you right back confused lesbian? I guess I got all excited him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I was on him! You imbecile! How are you going to flip out a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is the child of yours anyway? Huh? Oh, how old is he again? Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Where exactly is the mother? The mother? Oh, that chick! The pink princess! The pink princess? Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe that he was looking for the doll of the Iron Infant. Yep, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that if we should find it, we'll let you know. Now get out of there. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. Hey, wait! Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And I thought he's unrelated to the... and though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Anyways, I think now would be a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you stick around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. If you come back for the next one. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever that you want. And with that, I'll see you later. Bye.